everyone. So it is a beautiful warm day here in Indiana, and today we have a few different things on the agenda. We have some potatoes here that are past the time when they're best to use, to say the least, and so we have a little bit of space left in our garden, so I think we're going to cut these up and plant them, just because it's kind of fun to grow potatoes and dig them up in the fall. And then I think we're going to work on getting the pool open today. It's technically already opened, but get the pump hooked up and everything, so it's ready to swim in. Right now the kids are, to be honest, fighting inside because I told them they had to clean up all their messes before they could come out. And I got this extra 50 feet of garden hose because the hose we already had didn't quite make it as far into the garden area that we needed. So I'm getting that hooked up so we can water the plants a little later. What you doing over here? What do you have to do to clean it up?
Mom wants me to. Wait, can you smell that?
I don't want to smell it.
It's from when we used to take care of the little ones. We used to take care of her.
You use the same old stuff?
No, we use this thing. This thing.
Where's she at?
There's the baby.
Uh-huh.
She moves it in that car over there. She keeps moving it.
In the car? That's a weird place for a kitten. It's not in there. Huh.
She put it there.
Good question.
Is that woodpecker up there?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kayla found that in her grill of her car last night. Is it in there? Yeah?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Can I see it?
Buddy? What are you doing? Looks like he made a little nest in there. Oh, he keeps getting in the thing. He's planting this tree.
We're planting it?
Yeah.
No, it's already planted.
This is from Apple.
You know what's crazy is the leaves that sprouted already. I wonder if that's because we watered it the other day really good.
That's what I said.
It's really popped.
We water it and all of a sudden it.
I just hope there's some more leaves that show up on the rest of it.
This is from Mother's Day, I think.
Last year.
Yeah. She's wet lately. Inside. Water, water, water. Can I do it?
Let's get these potatoes planted.
Can I do it, Dad?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these potatoes up, and I think if I remember right, you cut them up so that you have at least one of these, I don't know what you even call that, the root. You want a root with every section. So like, I'll show you one and then you guys can do one. Okay. So like this one only has one, I think they call those eyes. So you would want to cut it so maybe cut it in half like that. I think you want to cut it so that it has a good chunk of potato on it, because I think what it does is it kind of feeds off the potato to start growing the eye. Does that make sense? So like that right there, that would be what we would start with, or you'd plant this piece. Okay? So you guys can cut some up, and we'll just see how many chunks we end up with.
So do that. So chop right here.
I would always pull it like with my thumb.
Right, like that.
Did you see how I was cutting it?
I know, but I'm left-handed.
You use your left hand, you do the same thing. Your thumb's on top and you kind of use it to, otherwise, this is a little dangerous. I guess if your hand's out of the way, it's not, but I always go like this.
This
I don't have a ton of, okay, like here's ones with an eye here and an eye here. See how I'm pulling, my thumb's on top and I'm pulling it to my thumb like, so I can control how fast it comes through the potato. Huh?
Yeah, we're done with these.
Why do you need it? Straight through.
Holy cow, this is hard. I cut potatoes and that's how I cut my finger. And please. It has a root on it. Yeah. Work it through.
And you can put it on the ground and cut straight through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
good.
And then I don't think I would leave this whole piece. I'd probably cut a chunk of it, about half of it off. Yep. Good job.
Right, would I do it right there if I'm gonna get that? Should I do it right
Yeah,
here?
sure.
Potatoes are kind of slimy in the inside.
Cut it at an angle, because these here are good too. So you want to leave you want to leave some potato with this part too. So you kind of want to cut like down that way so it can save some.
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So at least I just get a little bit more dirt. More, I'll count them.
So we don't cover our pool in the winter, and so it's a little messy in the spring, but it doesn't take very long to clean up once we hook the pump up. But right now we're just using the nets and getting the worst part of the algae out. I don't know what exactly this is, but it's kind of nasty.
And you can even use your hands.
You can use your hand.
We don't cover it because we were paying $100 a year for a winter cover, and every year it got tore up because the wind whips through here too bad.
Yeah, it was just basically a waste of money because we'd buy a new one in the fall, and by halfway through the winter it was trashed. So we just started doing it this way, and this works out pretty good too. Because once the tarp would rip, then leaves and stuff would get in it anyway, and so then you just were wasting $100 or more.
Hey, is this a bee thing? There's a hole right here.
Okay, so we put the pump back on, tighten this ring here pretty tight, and then in the fall I always loosen these screws up here so that there's a seal in here and it doesn't keep pressure on that seal all winter and flatten it out. So I got to retighten these screws back up so it'll seal up right. Okay, I always use an old bike inner tube, and I use these, I cut little pieces to put on these connections right here so that they don't leak, because they have a tendency to leak. And this one's from last fall, and you can see over time it gets dry rotted. So I start over with new ones every spring. There.
First world problems. Forgetting to take the cord off before you hook everything up.
Yeah, it's like playing King of the Mountain. Chickens are getting big. That one that had no feathers is filling out now.
Which one that doesn't have any feathers?
I put this big limb in there so they could have something to climb. Got the timer all hooked up. Since we got a new siding on, we had to do a couple little adjustments. Now we're just waiting for the water to fill up the pool, and then we will start this pump and get this water cleaned up. Jennifer and the kids did a pretty good job of getting a lot of the big debris out, so it won't take too long to get this cleaned up once the water starts filtering. Feels amazing.
Yeah. Nice and cool. Especially when you sit on that ladder and your feet get in water. I like it cold. It's amazing. We don't need a heater.
That's right. Just like that.
It's a good thing we have that special spot to hide it in, right?
This is the magic potion. So much for waiting until the pool is clean to swim.
Get on this. Where's my water gun? What? There's a thing yet, Daddy.
It just rained this morning for a while, real good soaking rain, and I just cannot believe how fast the corn popped up. Is it cold? Look at those little plants already coming up. That's so good to see. Oops, there's a little seed that didn't stay under for some reason. A bird dug it up or something. It's always good to see the plants come through, that's for sure.